Hey, welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. And as we continue to go through Luke chapter 4 here, this week it just really settled on me of how interrelated all these messages are here as Jesus is revealing himself to the world and to us. And it's difficult to decide how much each week we should talk about here in our time together. And that being said, I just want to remind you that all these little fragmented messages that we do go together and they form a picture of who Jesus is. And not only that, they're also forming a picture of who we are as humanity. And we all struggle with very similar issues. And Jesus in verse 23 this week, 4:23 of Luke, is revealing to us how intimately he knows us. He knows that this gathered crowd he just revealed himself to is going to want some proof, thinks they deserve proof of who he is and what he said. They think he came for them. He is their personal savior. They really don't think any further than that. And I think a lot of times that's true in our life. Jesus is our personal Jesus. But when you come down to it, Jesus is the world's Jesus. That's why we're supposed to share our faith with others, so that others might come to believe in Jesus as we do. But a lot of times we're obscured about what Jesus does for us or can do for us. And we let that get in the way of, I don't want to say what he can do for others, because he still will do it. He is God. He is Jesus. He will do it. But a lot of times we don't even think about that. And you know, we need to spend time in prayer for others, not only ourselves, not only, hey, God, can you help me in this situation? But hey, there's people there that need to know you, and I hope that you will be revealed to them. And, you know, this verse here kind of speaks to that, you know, that do for me so I can believe. But they don't really say, hey, let's do for everybody. And as we're going to see in the verses coming up, how important everyone is to Jesus. Not just me, not just you, but every single living soul out there that he wants to know them. He wants to know them personally and intimately. And this group is no different. But as we'll see coming up, Jesus doesn't perform for them right away. And that happens a lot in our lives, doesn't it? Where maybe the things don't happen as we want them to. And then it's, well, do you really exist? Do you really love me? Are you really going to do what you say you're going to do? We start doubting and pointing fingers and all that stuff, and just not trusting. And I want to go back to that even when Jesus doesn't perform, do you trust him? Do I trust him? And that, man, that's difficult. That's something I can't answer for you. But it's something we really need to look at. Are we expecting Jesus to perform so that we get something, so that we believe, so that we trust? And it's not about us. We just need to trust that he is who he says. And everything will be made right one day. One day. So I guess that's kind of where I'm just going to leave it this week, man. It's just going back to that. Do we need him to perform constantly, for us to trust him, put our faith in him? Or do we trust that he is who he says he is and that he's going to do what he says he's going to do? We'll catch you next week on Wednesday Wisdom.